Not many people retire at age 38. Well, Michael Montaigne did, a 16th century French attorney, did exactly that. Montaigne retired at a young age because he wanted to read, think, and write about all the subjects that interested him. After spending years getting his ideas down on paper, Montaigne finally published his short prose pieces. He called them essays, French for trials or attempts. In fact, all writing is an attempt to transform ideas into words, thus giving order and meaning to life. By using the term essays, Montaigne acknowledged that a written piece is never really finished. Of course, writers have to stop at some point, especially the deadlines, if they have deadlines to meet. But as all experienced writers know, even after they dot the final I and cross the final T and say that's it, there's always something that could have been explored further or expressed a little better. When we read a piece of writing, we see only the finished product. Not being privy to the writer's effort to convey meaning, we may hold a romanticized notion of what it means to be a writer. We may imagine that the writer, transported by flashes of creativity, polished prose appearing as if by magic on the page. So we may imagine the writer transported by flashes of creativity, polished prose appearing as if by magic on the page. In practice, though, most writers do anything but pour out well-formed thoughts. Rather, they stare into space, dash off a few pages, crumple them up, and start all over. Even E.B. White, the American essayist, celebrated for its eloquent, seemingly effortless prose, confessed, "Writing is a hell of a chore for me, closely related to acid ingestion." If White, who made his living as a writer, admitted such anxiety, you shouldn't be surprised if you feel some apprehension when it's time to write a paper. Your uneasiness may stem in part from your belief that some people are born writers, others are not, and that you're one of the latter. Some people do seem to be born with a gift for language, just as some people are born with a gift for athletics or music. But with practice, just about anyone can learn to play a solid game of tennis or to sing on key. And that's what most of us are aiming for. Not to be the Venus Williamses, the Pavarottis, or the E.B. Whites of the world, but to perform skillfully and confidently. As with singing or playing tennis, learning to write well is a challenge. Shaky starts and changes in direction aren't uncommon. Shaky starts and changes in direction aren't uncommon. Although there's no way to eliminate the work needed to write effectively, certain approaches can make the process more manageable and rewarding. We describe a sequence of steps for writing essays. Familiarity with a specific sequence develops your awareness of strategies and choices, making you feel more confident when it comes time to write. You're less likely to look at a blank piece of paper and think, "Help, what do I do?" During the sequence, you do the following. Pre-write. Identify your thesis. Support the thesis with evidence. Organize the evidence. Write the paragraphs of the first draft. Revise meaning, structure, and paragraph development. Revise sentences and words. Edit and proofread.